Hello guys and welcome back to News Coasters. My name is Anderson and today we are going to be looking at the top 10 coasters at Kings Island. Yes, so today is an exciting video. I know I've done this video before. I did it like 9 months ago or so. But I feel my visit to Kings Island and my Orion rides have changed my thoughts of the park. Therefore, I'm going to do a new top 10. I'm kind of working my way through my old videos in that kind of era of Midwest coasters, because there's some other videos. I think I want to do a park review again for Kings Island, and a top 10 for Cedar Point again, just because I've visited them again. Anyway, let's get straight into today's video. First off, before I start, only 80%, or sorry, 80% of you aren't subscribed, and you guys watch my videos. So, if you aren't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and check out some other videos on this channel. And also, I know I really appreciate when you guys comment below. So if you want a shout out in a future video, comment below. Anyway, let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with number 10, which is Adventure Express. So essentially, this is a mine train. I would consider it better than Cedar Creek Mine Ride. It's a little taller, a little faster, and has a lot more theming. This ride is very fun. If you want to check out that battle between those two, I have a mine train battle up on my channel. It's in the iCard above. And I think this ride is just a really good mine train. Places 10th because it's just not as tall, not as fast, and not as fun as the rest of the rides on this list. Number 9. Number 9 is Invertigo. This is a decent ride. Obviously, it's an inverted boomerang, but it's certainly good enough to be on here. It may be a clone, but it's still pretty fast. Has some whipping inversions, and it doesn't have too bad a line, so that's another positive. Number 8, we've got Backlot Stunt Coaster. This is top 10, given it being a small ride. What really adds to it is the theming. The tunnel section, which really adds to it, and I feel even it has like a pretty forceful launch given it a family coaster. This is a really nice launch coaster for, again, families, for people who aren't big enough to ride the big rides but do want some small thrill. This thing moves pretty fast, has some good theming, and overall ranks number 8. Number 7, we've got the Bat. The Bat is an amazing suspended coaster by Arrow, one of the last ones, in fact, and certainly packs a punch with its long drop through a ravine and some forceful turns. So overall, the swing motion also adds to it. The station looks quite old. It is an old ride, but it is a good one. Certainly, compared to some of the other suspended coaster I've ridden, it is better. That's why it ranks number 7. It's a better coaster than ones lower on this list. Anyway, let's move on to number 6. This is a classic ride, The Beast. The Beast is a really good wooden coaster. Ranks all above the rest of the coasters on this list. I really thought about putting it below the Bat, but just remembering the amazing rides through the wilderness I experienced, I cannot put it any lower. Also, I still want to get some night rides on that. I have not gotten night rides on the Beast, and that is why many enthusiasts put it in their top 30 or 40. So yeah, let's move on to number 5. We got Flight of Fear. This is a really good coaster, and if you haven't ridden it, I would recommend it. The restraint isn't the best. It can get a little low on your thighs, but after riding it a second time, it is not going to be number 9 anymore. It has moved all the way up to number 5. That is because of its forceful launch, forceful inversions, and given, so there's a lot of indoor coasters. I rank them low because they're indoors. What this one does right is this indoor coaster also has some lights. It has some alien light theming that really adds to it and allows me to be a lot more content with riding it. It's a lot more fun. So that's why it still manages to rank, or actually moved up a ton of spots. It manages to rank top 5 here at this park. Let's move on to number 4. We got Banshee. Now, I know I've said Banshee is rough, but I've given it a little bit of a break here. Flight of Fear could have easily been number 4, but the Banshee, I thought about it. It has some really unique inversions, and as an invert, it may be a little rattly, a little rough, but it's still a good coaster, still a good layout, and I could not put it any lower than 4th. So good ride, good coaster. I just wouldn't recommend riding it too many times because it does have a bit of a rattle. Let's move on to number 3. We've got Mystic Timbers. I have put out a review for. I have put out a review for this one. Check the icon above to see that video. And I did give it a score of 7 or 8 out of 10. I forget exactly what I said, but this is just such a good coaster. It's got a lot of airtime. The theming is really good, especially for a Kings Island park. You'll notice that their last few coasters, Mystic Timbers, Orion included, have had some really good theming, which adds to the experience of riding these coasters. So Mystic Timbers especially has really good theme, a really good airtime, and a really fun drop. That twisted drop and that first turn up really kind of are fun. I feel like this is more of a fun coaster, fun factor coaster, than an insanely thrilling one, but this still ranks high on this list for a reason. Let's move on to number 2. We got Diamondback. This is a incredibly good hyper. Currently, I decided to move it below Raging Bull for on my hypers list, I guess, just because I love Raging Bull so much. It is that great pre-drop. But obviously, Diamondback is still really incredibly good. It has a large amount of airtime and a large amount of fun. The airtime's great, first drop's great. The twisting through the woods is great. I hope one negative, one time I had the trims on pretty high, and that kind of ruined the experience. Also, if the mid-course is on, like the brakes are on really high, really kind of brings down the intensity level a lot. So hopefully you're lucky enough to avoid that. Let's move on to number 1. We've got Orion, the best Giga coaster in the southern two-thirds of Ohio. I say that just because although it's one of the few Gigas, did I say hyper? I said hyper. One of the few Gigas. It feels like a hyper. Orion, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. It's one of the worst Gigas, but one of the best hypers. That's because I think part of the problem is it's so unique. It's got so many unique elements, so many unique things about it, that it really does not rank high for coaster enthusiasts. Just because of that, because it doesn't have the traditional airtime and elements coaster enthusiasts expect. B&M was trying to be RMC when they put the overbank in. B&M was trying to be RMC when they put the twisted airtime hill, and they're successful with one of those things. The overbank was not quite as good. I was excited for the overbank, wasn't as good as I was expecting. But in the front row, especially, not even the second row, in the front row, this is still a good Giga coaster. I've said before I put it below Millennium Force. I'm not sure about that. For my 2 Gigas that I've ridden, those 2 Ohio Gigas, I would definitely say probably in the front row, Orion's better than Millennium Force, but anywhere else, Millennium Force is better. So that is today's video. I'm going to be putting out some more videos pretty soon. I'm going to have another Planet Coaster video by the end of the week, probably my Thursday upload for this week. And I'm also going to be doing a week in the coaster community next Tuesday. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time here on Roast Coasters. Goodbye.